channel. Today I'm going to be doing a collaboration video with Rich over at Rich's River Smokers, West Virginia. We're both going to do crock pot recipes. I'm going to be making a barbecue meatloaf, which is something I've never made in a crock pot before, so hopefully it turns out. I'm actually going to be using 2 crock pots today. Before the collaboration, I'm just going to show you the meatloaf. I've already done a video on my garlic smashed potatoes. That's what I have cooking over here in the Ninja. I'm just going to use my regular crock pot. I think I paid 20 bucks for it. It's non-digital. It works really great also. As usual, I'll put all the information in the description box, the recipe, and the link to Rich's channel and also his video. I'm going to go ahead and bring you in closer so you can see better. I went ahead and lightly sprayed the insert for my crock pot with some canola oil. Now I'm going to be using some ground venison and some locally made sausage. It's the hot sausage. You can use whatever type of ground meat you like. The good thing about meatloaf is you really don't have to stick to any specific recipe. Just add whatever you like. Most recipes call for like a half of an onion. Well, I like to use a very large onion, and I minced it really fine, almost to where it starts to get a little liquidy. It just adds more moisture in there. Go ahead and add that. I'm going to add a half a cup of breadcrumbs. I like the seasoned ones. Going to add salt, chili powder, and cumin. Anytime I cook with venison, I like to add some onion powder and some garlic powder. Like I say, you don't have to measure it. It's just for extra seasoning. I'm going to add some black pepper. I've been using this pepper medley here. I like it. I'm going to add some squeezed garlic. Need to get another one. I'm going to add 2 eggs, and at the moment I'm going to use some duck eggs. Their shells are really hard, so you kind of got to stick your finger in there and pry the shell apart. I normally make my own barbecue sauce, but if I'm doing any type of meatloaf or burger, I like to use store-bought, and this is just one of my favorites, the Shed, the spicy mustard. I'm going to go ahead and add about half of it right now. If you watch any of my videos, you know I love gloves, especially doing this. So I'm just going to mix everything as lightly as possible to get it combined. But I'm not going to over mix it. Just until it's combined, and that's it. I'm just going to shape it as best as possible to try to even it out so it cooks evenly. I mean, this can't get any easier. Like I said, I don't know how it's going to turn out because I've never cooked a meatloaf in the crock pot before. But I've heard that it makes it really delicious and juicy. I'm going to pour the rest of the barbecue sauce on top. Or I'm going to pour enough to cover it. May not need the whole bottle. I'm going to set this on high for 4 hours. And I will check the internal temperature, of course, before serving it. You can make a full aluminum foil sling and place it on the bottom of the slow cooker to help you remove it easier. Little more sauce. Never hurts. I may add a little extra sauce maybe halfway through the cooking, if it needs it. And that's all there is to it. It's been cooking for 3 hours and it just smells amazing. A lot of times when you're cooking like that, you start smelling it real strong, it's pretty much at the point where it's done. I'm gonna go ahead and, yeah, it's done. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it in the warm setting while I complete the other sides. I forgot to mention, I'm gonna skim off the excess fat. I went ahead and added the rest of the barbecue sauce on top, and now comes the fun part, trying to get the meatloaf out. It's probably going to fall apart, but that's okay. Can you believe it? It's got a crack in it, but that's all right. Before I cut into it and give it a try, I just want to thank Rich at Rich's Rivers Smokers, West Virginia, for doing the collaboration. Please don't forget to check out his channel and also his Crockpot video. I'm just going to cut a little piece here. And like I said, I know it's going to probably fall apart. That's all right. I was so surprised it actually came out of the Crockpot in one piece. My husband's been doing most of my taste tests, but unfortunately he's not here yet. Maybe a little bit later on. And I need to wrap up my video, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. Hopefully it's cooled off enough. Oh my goodness. If you hate meatloaf because it's dry, you definitely need to try it in a crock pot. Oh my goodness. I know I say this all the time, but that was absolutely delicious. That sausage I added was very spicy, so the only thing different I would probably do next time is maybe use a sweet barbecue sauce, because I love combining sweet with heat. I think that would just make it even more perfect. And there you have it. Thanks a lot.